Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Wonderkid Watch, and today we're looking at Hugo Felix, Joao Felix's brother. Be interesting to see if he can follow in his brother's footsteps with how his career path goes. One of the most expensive players in the world when he signed for Atletico Madrid. Can his brother be the same? 5'4", so a very diminutive player. Can play attacking midfield or central midfield, which is a bit deeper than his brother would play. There'll be a lot of comparisons, I'm sure, with his brother, as there likely would be. You can see some fantastic flair and some good technicals as well. At the age of 17, lots of room to improve, so we'll be seeing him in his prime, that's for sure. Currently at Benfica, and they're under 23s, and no youth caps for Portugal just yet, but it'll be interesting to see if he does play for him along with his brother. Let's take a look at his attributes, though, before we get started. 80 current ability and 164 potential ability, so could become a very, very good player. So let's jump 10 years and take a look. And here we are. Leeds United is his stop. 27 years old now, looking very good. I love some good dribbling, passing technique, so a very good ball-playing midfielder. Some nice flair in there as well. Agility, which you'd probably expect from a player of his size. Bit agile in there. Hasn't made a Portuguese first team appearance, but has made 15 under-21s appearances with 3 goals in that. Not being paid too much either, £68,000. Has played left back, which is something that is surprising. Runs with the ball through the middle, tries killer balls often, plays 1-2s and dictates the tempo, which aren't too bad of player traits to have for him. That's for sure. Doesn't look like he's had too many time off. I mean, there was a hip injury for 2 months and a couple of month-long injuries, but latter stages, more recently he's been a bit more consistent. But let's take a look. So you can see he was obviously at Benfica for a while, played a few times for the B team, was loaned out to Felix in Portugal's 3rd division, where he got 11 goals and 3 assists, which is pretty good for a central midfielder, and then loaned to Pisa in Italy's Serie B, again getting 7 goals and 4 assists this time. So he looked like he was doing pretty well for them. Came back to Benfica, where he only really stayed 1 season, getting it into the first team, scoring 2 goals in 3 games, which looked like you'd have thought would have been very good. Unfortunately, though, it looks like Torino came in for £10 million. Didn't really get the shot at Benfica, so moved to Italy. And again, did pretty well. For a centre midfielder, again, 5 goals and 5 assists in one of those seasons. And a 10 goals and 6 assists in the last one before his move to Leeds in the Premier League for £25.5 million. So it seems like his career has started to get going. It would be interesting to see kind of how much more he could progress, and if he could reach the heights of his brother Joao. But it looks, I'd say he's a decent player to sign. I mean, with those stats, I think he's a bit underrated in how good he is, especially with his wages and his valuation. Let's take a look at his attributes, which we can see he hasn't quite reached his potential. Maybe that's because of the injuries earlier on in his career, but 143, still not bad. When we take a look at his milestones, we can see competition-wise, got promotion from Serie B with Pisa, won the Portuguese League Cup and Premier League with Benfica. Not really too much for him to be involved with in that. But that's kind of it. It doesn't mean I'd say he's a very underrated player. Looking at those stats and looking at kind of his performances, he seemed to have performed actually pretty well from the position he's played in. Would be interesting to see if he was playing attacking midfield or centre midfield, but if he is playing deeper especially, I think he's looked very, very good. It's maybe his stature that's the only weakness, but 12 strength isn't too bad for someone so small. But there you go. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe. Let me know what you think of Hugo Felix compared to his brother, of course. And make sure you leave a comment down below of any players you want to see in Wonderkid Watch. And I'll catch you in the next one.